goes down low. The 79 gets caught up in it just at the very end. The 67, though, of Nathan Stanley makes it on through free and clear. He, Paul Ferdiani, and Larry Dickerson having a drag race down to the for one last attack, getting underneath him, not quite able to make it stick, having to lift once again. Into exit of turn number 4, down onto the front straightaway here. Who's going to win it with the drag race? It's going to be Timothy Pope. First 3 and 4, 751 with a hefty lead here, about a half a car length as the one gets up into the wall with a run down. 200 feet. It's going to be a close one across the line. Garrett Welsh made it 3 wide on the far outside lane, picking up spots left and right here as everybody fighting for every single spot we go. Coming across the line, white flag. So here we go, final lap. Hello and welcome, race fans, into some Monday Night Racing action as we're live on a special occasion night here tonight. The Numb Thumbs Racing League Cup Series kicks it all off here at Autoclub this evening, but with a special race of being back the blue, where we thank our proud men that dress in that blue uniform each and every single one of these days. We're gonna have a special salute here as they're coming to take the green flag on their pace laps and whatnot, so that'll be something to be looking out for. But of course, we always say thank you to all those that serve this great country in one way or another. You guys are just absolutely fantastic. So let's get things all kicked off in your honor with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And welcome back. As always, we have to say a huge thank you to our proud race sponsors over here at the NTRL. Martin Sports up there as one of our primary sponsors here. Big time thank you to you guys jumping on board all season long. Be sure to head on over there to check out Martin Sports at martinsports.com and check out some of their gear that can get 100% personalized to your whatever you need, whether it's logos, designs, jerseys, anything like that. So definitely be on the lookout over there at Martin Sports. Also, big thank you to Davidson Builders. Big thank you to the premier custom builders up there in the northern New Jersey area who man, just do absolutely A+ quality work whether it's full-on remodels or just maybe changing out the kitchen sink, go ahead and give Davidson Builders a call and get yourself the premiere up there in the northern New Jersey area. Big thank you to DEP Graphics as well. Thank you, as they do some fantastic paint schemes out there, most of which you're going to see here tonight. Indeed, he's put in a heck of a lot of work for a lot of these drivers and their special schemes they're running here tonight. So big thank you to DEP Graphics. Also, big thank you to Sim Gear Central as well. Some of the best button boxes, excuse me, out there on the on the market. Excuse me. Be sure to go on over there to check them out at simgearcentral.com. And of course, can't forget about Track Bar Media and their fantastic videos and photos that they do. Thank you guys for jumping on board here for another great season with the NTRL. As always, I am Alan Brown, and I am joined by a couple of my best friends over here. Mr. Alan English up in the booth with me. I didn't get your camera up there in time there, Mr. English, but that's okay. You know, that's what happens when some people decide to slack off, you know, and not put in a full day's work. But I know you were grilling steaks, but that's okay. But we get things kicked off here tonight at Autoclub. A interesting track that is extremely wide as well as extremely quick, but also extremely brutal on those tires.
Yeah, it sure is. It's so much fun to watch here. This is one of our favorite tracks to watch any kind of stock car platform run on, not just these next gen cup cars. We love watching the trucks run here, and also Xfinity Series, ARCA even put on a great show. But it's the next gen cup car series starting here tonight, the debut race of the new season, and can't wait for this thing to kick off. It's going to be a good one.
That it will indeed. As down there on pit road, Mr. Adam Turner joining us here once again. And Adam, a new season, new drivers, new hatred, all gonna be coming on out here this season. But boy, they got to get things kicked off here tonight first.
Ooh, I can't wait to see the fights happen. I'll tell you what, down here in pit road, they got all kinds of paint schemes. They have the a lot of cop stuff. This you know, police officer appreciation night, so we're gonna have to give a shout out to those people who do all the hard work out there on those mean streets. We appreciate y'all. But the paint schemes are kind of neat, different. You can tell where different officers are from, and I think they're gonna do a little thing that you'll talk about here in a minute. But Auto Club's great, a lot of movement on the track. I'm gonna give you a reason why we're gonna have a lot more movement tonight. We got one faster pair, 70% fuel, and only 3 sets of tires total for 180 laps, or 90 laps, 180 miles. So it's going to be interesting to see them slide up and down the track. 25 incident points, you're disqualified, and it's not too hot out there. It's 66 degrees right now.
That indeed a beautiful night for racing here as these drivers get all ready and locked and loaded here in qualifying. Beautiful weather out there on the racetrack. Should be nice and cool for these drivers to put in some really good laps. Setting us now down to that key to the race. Man, you got to find your line, you got to find your groove, and hopefully at the end of this thing you will find that finish line. And for one lucky driver, it's going to be in that number 1 spot.
You got to start off the season strong here, and get out there and give it your all, man. Leave nothing back here. First race, you know, but you still want to be aggressive and finish this thing in a great position.
I think it's going to be interesting with only 3 sets of tires. That kind of changes the game. Normally, at a race, you know, this distance, we'll see 4 total sets. So 3 total sets. You're really going to have to baby them for a little bit.
Ooh, yeah.
So that's just my thought on Auto Club. Even though they're going to turn this into like an amusement park or parking lot or something, they destroy everything good in California.
I've got some folks already in the YouTube chat over there. John Buckley's here to pull for Ray in the 27. Let's see. Daniel Parent is here, pulling for Dana in the 43. Robert Edgerton's here saying, good luck, everyone. Howard Anderson speaking for some of our other law enforcement folks, and thanks, everybody, for your support of law enforcement. It's truly appreciated. Tom asking me if I'm strapped in for this race, and I'm not. So many law enforcement guys out there, I feel like I'd be trying to have to hide my beer or something, I don't want to get busted for open container. So we're just let the real drivers out there, get out there and entertain y'all tonight.
Oh, you can't get open container at your house.
Well, I unplugged my wheel, so it makes me feel a little better.
Oh, come on. I've been racing with you many nights when you've had a couple of cold ones. It's no big deal. It's iRacing. It's for fun.
Oh, I know. It was a joke.
I know. I'm aware. I guess our comedy's not working right now. Brown, take it away.
I don't think he's here.
Oh yeah, don't ask me to take it
There he
away.
is.
I have my own issues over here.
Me too. My iRacing crashed. I'm having to load
Oh,
back in.
that's always fun.
Lord.
Yeah.
Well, let's go through some of these paints out here. We're seeing some great looking police paint. Here's St. Paul, Minnesota Chevrolet Camaro. It looks like one of those chase cars you see sitting in the median, looking for somebody to come down the pipe here. South Haven Police Department, number 64 Ford. Very cool. DEP Graphics logo on some of these machines. I'm sure he had something to do with painting a few. Oh, there's a state trooper from Florida there. That's Mike Adamson in the 88. Let's see who else we got out here.
I think I saw Albert Anderson, Virginia State Police.
Zach Mills got New York Department of Corrections. I think they call it Corrections and Community Outreach or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like the 71 of Blaine Woodruff has a good scheme going there. I can't zoom in like you guys can right now.
Man. Dana Shepard's got a great one. That is awesome. I can't read the county. Wyndham County Sheriff's Department.
I don't know, man, but it was getting me worried there. I was thinking real life cops were coming after me.
That's an awesome looking paint. This is Alabama State Highway Patrol on Derek Welch's machine. They haven't changed the door emblem or anything on that car since the Smokey and the Bandit days. I remember seeing those Alabama State Trooper cars.
Yeah, with the one light on the top back in the day.
Michigan State Police. Oh, that was a good one there. Blaine Woodruff. That's the one you were talking about.
I think Milner, if I remember seeing it, I can't see it now, had a Indiana State Police.
There's another Florida Highway Patrol. Chris Muth Jr. in the 3 machine. Joe Bennett, 00 Joe. That's a good looking sheriff's car there. I like it.
Ooh, that is a good looking one.
I don't see any Hazard County police cars out here. That may have been a good one. Let's see.
I'm loaded back in.
Somebody say
You'll
hit
be happy to
Control
hear.
R.
Yeah,
Hit
Control R.
I've hit Control R about every 5 minutes before we went live on this thing.
Yeah.
So if someone's paint's not loading, it's just probably not gonna load here tonight.
Yeah, I have that problem sometimes too.
Well, these guys are going to do a special tribute here at the beginning of this deal.
Are they?
And yeah, that they will explain it here when we get through that driver rundown. here in just a few moments. Still got about 3 minutes left of qualifying. Kind of mistimed my my segments here. I think they had a little bit longer practice than normal.
It's like an hour and 15-minute practice. 10-minute qualifier. This is a lone qualifier.
Yep. Cawthorn out there right now. Same thing with Muth and Klein. Looks like Muth is finishing up his run right now, and Klein is as well trying to improve on where he is currently starting. Will he do so? Yes, he does. He moves up a couple of spots.
I love the shape of this track too, and the difficulty to get onto pit lane here. Something these guys are going to have to deal with, because that's a sharp left turn to dive it on down the pit lane. And of course, you got to back it down to 55 before you hit that cone. iRacing will hit you with the speeding penalty.
Ah, goodness.
Yeah, we're discombobulated. Last night we had such a giant race. We're trying to come down off our high, man.
No, I spent so much time out on the golf course today. I'm freaking.
Oh.
I'm a crispy critter here tonight.
Oh, so the real truth comes out. You're out there golfing today.
I was. You know, I'm on vacation.
You know,
Good.
I enjoyed it a little
Good.
bit.
Yeah.
I was jobbing down at the brewery, and then I had to come home and do some weed eating, and it killed me.
Weed eating's no fun.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, that is a rough one indeed, but nonetheless, about 1 more minute left, and then we get ready to head on down to the track for some green flag racing action here in just a few seconds. As always, thank you all for tuning in and watching. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell as we go live 5 nights a week, and you don't want to miss a single second of it. And of course, if you do enjoy it, please be sure to hit that thumbs up button. I know off to a slow start here tonight, but once when these guys get all fired up and ready to go, I'm sure things will get lively here in absolute no time, as just about 15 seconds remaining now before we officially get our starting grid all lined on up.
How much does it cost to subscribe and give us a thumbs up and hit the notification bell?
Nothing?
2
Nothing.
seconds of your time.
And you'll be notified every time we go live here 5 nights a week now. So
And that's exactly what you want to see, is a lot of green flag racing all throughout the week as these drivers head on down for the official starting grid. Getting things all started on off, it's going to be the 315 of Zach Millett getting pole position, brought to you by Sim Gear Central. Big thank you to them once again. He's going to have the 64 of Joe Hoggard parked up there on his outside, starting in second. The 99 Stephen Light has a pretty good starting spot there in third, with the 76 of Jeff Ottinger on his outside there, starting in fourth. 28 of Chris Gones having a pretty good starting spot up inside that top 5 in fifth, with the 45 of Mac Daddy Mark Collins starting here tonight in sixth. Seventh will be the 78 of Mr. Brian Boyd, and to his outside will be the 69 of Larry Dickerson, trying to come back after having a rough one here last night. The 88 of Mike Adamson gonna get started here tonight in ninth, with the 53 of Mr. Kevin Delia rounding out tonight's starting top 10.
the 9 of Thomas Welch is going to be starting inside row number 6. On his outside will be Tate Cawthorn in the 17. Dana Shepard and Nick Biddy will be side by side in row number 7. Chuck Kiger and Scott Milner in the 22 and the 2 respectively make up row number 8. The 5 of Anthony Williams will start in 17th. 18th will be Derek Welch in the 1 machine. And rounding out your top 20, making up row number 10 will be the 48 of Skylar Herod and the 00 of Joe Bennett.
The number 19, Stephen Wood, starts 21st. 005, AJ Evangelista, 22nd. Oh, the 05, PJ Cox, 23rd. 18, Chris Klein, 24. 27 of Gavin Ray, he'll start 25th. 33, Paul Ferdiani, the Gambler, 26th. Blaine Woodruff in the 71 car, 27th. 329, America's Driver, Albert Anderson, 28th. Tristan Cotton in the 7, 29th. Chris Muth Jr. in the 3, he'll start 30th. Jarrett Woodward, 31st. Anthony Cianci, 32nd. Jonathan Hammond, 33rd. Robert Edgerton, 34th. Dylan Bryan in that 03 machine, 35th. Joe David, he'll start 36th. And it's got Tom Barris as the 999s. That's not where we normally see him. I don't know if he's doing admin or what, but
It might be.
there,
He might be
37th.
tired of that unlucky number 55 number.
Yeah. That's it.
And that is it. So that concludes our field rundown here tonight. And you're going to start to see these guys kind of separate into a couple of different lanes here. Up on the up against the wall and down on the bottom. We'll get all lined up here with some guys that just like to thank those guys out there wearing those blue uniforms. But the guys in the middle, they're all going to be people that have are currently or have or in the process of putting in some times for their service, as a little bit of a kind of a salute to the fans and a salute to these drivers for making a great sacrifice where they don't know if they're going to be making it home that one at the end of the shift. And that's what we all pray for every morning and evening, and hope that they do, and we get to see them out here on the track every single night. As it looks like 315 Zach Millett lining up there in the middle. I'm going to need your guys' help here calling out guys who are lined up in the middle.
All right, stand by here. I only got Zach Millett here so far. Let me go up to the blimp cam here.
I know another one, 44 Dana Shepard out here in the middle. We're going to pull him up to talk with us here in just a second. Looks like who's that? The 329 of Albert Anderson is I think is he lined up there in the middle?
Yep, in the middle, Albert is, yes.
Yep, he worked as a sheriff's deputy.
Putting in some fantastic work there. And then I believe that is the 26 of Anthony Cianci out here as well, putting in some time behind these real life cop cars, man. So thank you guys so very much for all the great work that you guys do out there, and put in a fantastic effort. But as stated before, we will talk with the 44 of Mr. Dana Shepard out here, part of the DEP racing team. So we have him join us up here in the booth. Mr. Dana Shepard, first of all, sir, thank you very much for the great service that you have done for your area. Please let the folks at home know, how many years of service have you put in there, buddy?
So I've got 25 years in service.
Ooh, dog. Some of us ain't even 25 years old yet, man.
It definitely shows in the hair, I'll tell you.
Man, well, thank you so very much out there, and especially for serving for that long. That is absolutely fantastic. I know you probably wanted to qualify a little bit better here tonight, but up inside the top 15 for a starting spot here, that ain't looking too shabby.
No, it's not. I mean, it's going to be kind of conservative here. We don't really have a high tire count, so I think some of us might be dropping back just to save a little.
Good luck out there. Tire wear is definitely going to be a factor. And we may see some fuel strategy here late as you guys close in on lap number 90.
Yeah, I won't say you will or not, but maybe.
Good luck to you nonetheless, and thank you for your service, man.
Hey, thank you. That's all we really ever appreciate. It's a nice thank you.
And that was the 44 of Mr. Dana Shepard. Man, 25 years. I'm 29 years old, so he's been doing policing pretty much as long as I've been alive. So That is absolutely insane. But nonetheless, the pace car pulls off, and we get ready for our first green flag of the evening, side by side. They're all lined up, and here we go. That 315 getting things all fired on up. He had the 64 to his outside, but he is out like a rocket up there, up at the front. You can see the 99 of Stephen Light having a pretty good run there with the 64 up to the outside there as well. Ooh, little shuffle and banging here. We can run 3 wide, even 4 wide, but it may not be the quickest way around, as here comes the 53 Kevin Delia peeking his way on down low onto that bottom side, trying to make it 3 wide, shuffling his way up through this field, trying to sneak inside that top 10. The 78 of Brian Boyd shuffling and bustling, kind of stuck up behind that 28 of Chris Goins right now, but he is slowly making his way on by him, diving on down, using that apron line a little bit there, maybe to find a little bit of extra speed, but no, not gonna quite get cleared of everybody, drifting up the track, but avoids the contact.
What do you think any of these law enforcement guys are going to practice their pit maneuvers out here tonight, Adam?
Well, I mean, that'd be the only way to do it. You know, you like to. I know cops like to break stuff, you know. So turning a car around is no big deal. So act like you're in some kind of chase or whatever, and just pit maneuver somebody, and let's have some fun.
Yeah.
That indeed. And these 90 laps will go by fairly quickly here, as these guys running about 40-second lap times, as up underneath that 315, the 64, he's not in the mindset of saving tires. He wants to get up to the front, and now as he now tucks back into line behind that 315, here comes that 76 Jeff Ottinger trying to find his way around some of this traffic as well. He's going to be side by side with Hoggard. You had Larry Dickerson setting the fastest lap of the race that last time go around, as people continue to shuffle and fight their way up past everybody here. You got the number 1 bogus machine, Derek Wells, trying to find his way past the who is that? The 32 Nick Biddy and the 78 of Brian Boyd, who have been having a pretty good fight here in front of him. Mac Daddy in the 45, Mark Collins trying to shuffle his way up through this field.
Michael Goslin joining us over in the YouTube chat saying, "Let's freaking go, Tommy Welch. Don't bother coming home if you ain't got a top 10. Ooh, that's harsh.
It is harsh, but I like it. Make him push it a little more.
Encourage the chaos.
As oh boy, do we have some beating and banging out there. Oh, we had somebody up into the outside wall, and he is losing spots like no tomorrow. Oh man, who is that? I'm trying to see who is that. I think it was the 6 of Joe David, maybe scraping up against that outside wall just a little bit, and ends up drifting his way backwards through this field. The 03 Dylan Bryant trying to stay in front of this mad gaggle he's got coming for his rear end here. The 05 PJ Cox sitting right there behind him. Same thing with the 5 Anthony Williams, 44 Dana Shepard there, as well as the 18 of Chris Klein and the 48 of Skylar Herod, all having some good battles out there on this racetrack as we're side by side in front of them. 78 and the 45 still beating it out.
I haven't seen this many police cars in a line in California since they were chasing OJ and his white Bronco. Wow, man.
That was a good one too. I really enjoyed that chase. It's low speed, not too
Low
much
speed,
danger.
yeah.
You know, people were cheering everybody on, and it was kind of fun.
Can't really call
OJ
it
had
a chase. It was
Yeah.
more of a meander.
I think it was like a parade. He was trying to.
I want to just go home.
What was the guy that was driving him around? His
His
best
old
friend.
teammates or something. Yeah, I can't remember.
Forget his name. He's passed on, I think. Took the secrets with him. Good times in California.
Brittany Cotton out there saying hashtag T-Money. Pulling for Tristan out there once again. John Buckley said there's some good pack racing towards the back there.
Oh, that there is as up at the front, almost some contact between the 315 and the 76 as they've been battling it out side by side for this race lead. But yeah, talk about some great pack racing. You got the 005 AJ Evangelista trying to shuffle his way up through this field. We saw him have some pretty big moves last night over there at Talladega in the Gen 6 cars. Well, he's back at it again here tonight, except these are the next gen cars, the Gen 7, whatever number they're on, as he's trying to chase down that 5 of Anthony Williams. Albert Anderson and Skylar Harrod starting to kind of exchange some positions and pleasantries out there. Same thing with Tommy Welsh trying to creep on up to that top 10 so he can go home tonight. Wait, that guy he just wants to go to bed.
A TXMD original say, let's go number 7. Team T Money. Hashtag Team T Money out there, as well as Chris Stance also pulled for the 7 machine saying, let's go. Of course, we saw Tristan last night in the Super Speedway series. Back once again tonight.
Ooh, there's a lot of drifting. Oof. I don't know if it's tire wear or what.
I think it may be, as we're coming up on 10 laps here. It's the 33 Paul Furiani trying to get a charge out of that Duracell battery he's got running out here tonight, trying to shuffle his way up through this field. That's a fantastic looking paint scheme here this evening. Of course, Duracell, you know, #1 battery choice by first responders.
I did not know that.
Is it?
Guess who?
It is. It's like, you know, how, what is it? Crest is recommended by 9 out of 10 dentists. It's along those same lines.
Oh, didn't get that memo.
Looks like Papa Joe Bennett found the stream tonight.
What?
We missed him last night. And Joe had a good finish, but Papa Joe out there saying, let's go 00 Joe. Marcus Martinez also joined us saying, hashtag T-Money. Tristan got some fans again tonight.
There's some good stuff back here. Jarrett Woodward's in the 79s kind of fighting it out here in the back with a few other cars. It's pretty fun to watch. Moving all over the track.
Here too, yeah.
That it is. We got a whole bunch of movement on out there. It's a 79 Fiji machine of, I believe, our lone Canadian over here, Mr. Jarrett Woodard, excuse me, is trying to make up some of these times. And also got the 05 PJ Cox, man. Look at the mess that he's got sitting in front of him here.
48 just got up into the wall pretty good there. He'll slow down, but I'm sorry, not 48. That's the 45 of Mark Collins.
Sometimes it's hard to read, you know.
Yes, fonts are hard.
Look at Chris Smith Jr. He's got the Florida State Trooper machine.
Yeah, there's a couple of Florida State Troopers out there, him and Mike Adamson.
They probably wrestle alligators and stop cars down there.
Oh, they do a whole bunch of work down there, especially towards Alligator Alley. Is mate Chris Klein sets the fastest lap of the race, and we're 13 laps into this thing, man. Is that guy finding some grip hacks out there or what?
He's been babying them tires or something, I guess. Oh,
Let's
we got the
see what that
Duracell
is.
car blinking out.
Uh-oh. Or he's burning them up early. We'll see. Good lap, though.
That indeed. It's excuse me. Down here we got a whole bunch of movers and shakers. Looks like we're going 3 wide here, right around Ferdiani for a split second there. Got Mark Collins making his way up by and through that 05 of PJ Cox. Jeff Ottinger and Chris Gomes still having a pretty good battle up here, battling inside here for the podium, top 5. All drivers still sitting pretty close as we're side by side. Zach Millett and the 99 Stephen Light having a pretty good run here.
Yeah, the few actual police car sedans we have around here are painted a lot like the 05, with the white door and top and the black front and back. That's what Bossier City PD's cars look like. His is a Pulaski County Sheriff's Department, though.
Why are we getting rid of the sedans, you know? What's the deal?
Them Crown Vics were a pretty good platform.
Yeah, they were. They're great, but they're gone now. They quit making them a long time ago.
Yeah.
And if you have some run around in your county, that just means that department don't have any money.
We don't have any damn money.
You probably should give them some money. Donate.
We got some pickup trucks now. There's a couple of Bossier City bought a couple of F-150s.
It's they're a cheaper platform than the Tahoe or whatever.
The Explorer or
Yeah.
Expedition.
And they do the job.
Saw one of the medians shooting radar. I'm like, what the hell is a pickup truck doing sitting in the damn median? And I got up on it. I'm like, oh. Pointing a gun right at me. Radar gun.
Radar gun.
Well, you gotta. Yeah, well, no one down there. It could have been the real life thing. You never know. But still, a good battle going on here, where Derek Welch has got the 03 Dylan Bryant here right in front of them. 00 Joe. You got the 71 Blaine Woodruff there as well. Right behind him, PJ Cox, Brian Boyd, Mark Collins, Tate Cawthorn, Chris Klein. They're all having a good battle still. As man, just the 99, he won't leave that 315 alone.
He's relentless, man. He's going after him. He wants that spot.
There's so many cars out here. It's hard to find all the different things happening because there's a lot of good racing all over the track. Chris Muth in 26 making some passes. But, I mean, we're pretty much single file throughout the whole field.
Yeah, they kind of got spread out here. Good long green flag run here.
And the corners are where they're trying to make their passes, it seems like. So it's really where you got to pay attention.
See a little bit of passing on the outside as well. Guys making that top groove work, carrying lots of speed off the turns. You can convert that into a pass.
Oh man, excuse me. As the 18, Chris Klein, that's what's slightly getting me confused here. Mr. Turner is got to add him to the list. Running the 51 number on the car, 18 on the board. Oh, hard up into the wall right in front of him though. Goodness gracious! I think that's the 78. 78. Brian Boyd having a rough time up against that outside wall.
How do you hang on to that? That was a really hard hit. Seems to have managed.
Well, carry that squad car back to the station. It's not going to make it too much longer.
I think he might have saw some spike strips come out of the car in front of him. He tried to avoid them. I think that's what happened up there. Is my goodness, look at this great gaggle of traffic going on around right behind the 315. You got the 99, the 28, and the 76 all having a great battle. AJ Evangelista, he's had a little bit of a problem here. He goes down and off the track, and he's going to be running along the apron here.
Dylan Bryant up 26 spots in that 03 car. 25 now, but he's having one heck of a run right there. Old Mad Max is on fire.
Well, now I'm upset. I see what Brown's looking at. Chris Klein, beautiful Georgia State Patrol car, got the wrong damn number on the thing. Just ruined it.
That happens.
It says 51, but he's on the 18. Oh well, we're gonna let him have a pass. He's got a cool paint scheme tonight. You know my two bugaboos, right?
No, what are they?
One of them's the paint scheme. Make numbers matching, and then another, is Bill Gates and Zuckerberg. So we'll get into that at some other point.
Right, yeah.
As we're about 9 laps away from a third of the way through this race already, gentlemen. And these guys' tires are still looking pretty good, and we're seeing a whole bunch of fantastic racing still being played on out here. Do you think the game plan for these drivers is just make it to that, 30 and then 60 and kind of pit on that strategy? Or do you think people are, for the most part, just going to try to run it out of fuel before they come down to the pit?
I think it might be a combination of the two. The 70% limit. This is a 2-mile track. Don't forget. That'd be hard pressed to make 30 laps, I would imagine. But we'll see. We'll see. I've been surprised many times before about how much fuel mileage they can stretch out of these cars when they want to.
Yeah, no cautions so far, so they're definitely burning up the fuel. Find out here within the next 10 laps, I can assure you that.
Most most definitely some early pit stops here, whether it be due to damage or what have you. The 88 Mike Adamson trickled on down. Same thing with Joe Hoggard, Nick Biddy, and Brian Boyd. You're currently not on the lead lap cars. For the most part, that's about it. AJ Evangelista's the last car on the lead lap right now, back there in 32nd, and he's only about half a lap down, so we're not to that point here with the lap traffic. As 5 of Anthony Williams having a pretty good battle there against looks like that's the 3. Oh no, is Skylar Herod having the same issue here tonight? Oh no. Paint scheme marked the 3, but he's running the 48 number here in this league. So Adam he's a rookie over here there, Adam. So I think you got to give him an asterisk on that one.
Somebody's going to pay the wrath before this season's over if they keep that up. I'm going to let them pass. It's the first race tonight, but y'all got to get your numbers right because it gets real confusing for people watching and us.
Especially you.
Well, me especially, but I'll let them make it tonight. I don't feel like in the fight mood. Although I want to see some fights out here. Don't kid yourself. I hadn't seen any. Somebody get mean. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, for the most part, people have been keeping it well off each other here. I mean, we've had a couple close calls, but for the most part, it's people have been pretty open about leaving a lane between each other, really not closing or shutting any doors right in somebody's nose. Everything's been pretty cordial down here as Blaine Woodruff kind of runs this secondary pack up at the front at that secondary pack, and then kind of here in the mix, PJ Cox, Dylan Bryant, Mark Collins, Jonathan Hammond. You also got Chris Klein there in the 18 as well. Looks like Gavin Array is trying to trickle on around behind that 329 of Mr. Albert Anderson.
It's been pretty civil out here so far, pretty civilized. But as these guys get deeper into this race, they're going to realize that hey, I need some better track position than what I got if I'm going to make some points here in this first race. Old TXMD Original said Old T caught with a shuck and jive out there tonight. Putting some moves on some folks in the 7 machine.
I'll tell you what we weren't really anticipating. Looks like the tires are holding up. If you look at the lap times, what are they, half a second off with up the leaders of their best lap and their last lap? So,
yeah, so tires, either they've figured something out in how to run these things fast and save tires, or tire wear right now just isn't a main concern for these guys. As like you said, Turner, these lap times still looking really good out here. And English, I'm surprised you haven't made the connection yet there with old the TXMD original. He's the original Texas MD, the original Texas doctor.
Oh, okay.
Dr. Pepper?
Well, I don't know. Is Dr. Pepper?
We love Dr. Pepper. Yeah, it's Dublin. It's from Dublin, Texas. Maybe that's what he is. Is he the Dr. Pepper?
He could be.
I'll be damned.
The world will never know.
You can tell us. We're seeing some fun racing, though, really, Brown.
Oh, man, all over throughout this field, up at the front, here in the mid-pack as well, especially here in the mid-pack, and it's been going on all race long. This is kind of one of those races here, Mr. English, where things just naturally kind of pan out, especially if you get good, long green flag runs like we're having here right now. It just, you find yourself amongst people about your same speed, and just so happens right now, right around Skylar Herod and Stephen Wood, there's about 10 other guys running about the same speed as them.
Yeah, it's getting pretty crowded out there, but these guys are still maintaining these tires. It looks like We talk a lot about the next gen car being so much easier to drive than the Gen 6 or even the Xfinity cars. So maybe this car's just set up to drive better and handle better and not eat up tires. I know they got the independent rear suspension and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but these guys making the tires last out there.
That they are. Well, someone who's had enough on that set of tires and is ready to come on down into the pits to set up his strategy, Mr. Paul Ferdiani, the gambler. He's not gambling on a strategy here tonight. He kind of knows what might roughly work here this evening. He's going to come on down, hit that pit box. Looks like the 18 Chris Klein is now trickling on down and in right at lap 31. So a third of the way through this race already here, guys.
Yeah, hopefully they practiced their pit entry too. I can't preach on that enough. This is not an easy pit road to get onto.
Yahtzee.
Especially at these speeds. They're hauling butt.
Oh, man, you ain't kidding. As Tristan Cotton getting some love out there saying, come on, Trister, from Tracy Cotton? Tracy Cotton?
Maybe.
And I don't know how to pronounce the double C's, man. That's not our vocabulary up here. But out there saying, let's go. And he's doing all right now, jumping on down there into pit lane for his first green flag pit stop. And I think we're starting to see kind of the floodgates open up down there. I think the 33 Ferdiani kind of opened those on up, and everyone are like, all right, he was really the first one to do it, so I guess we're all free to do it now. And I think that's what's going on down there. The question is, who up at the front is going to blink first, or who is going to stay on out maybe that one extra lap?
Yeah, the leader called out about a lap ago on the radio that he's coming on down, so...
And we got ourselves a drag race coming on down pit road. How are these guys going to get into their box here, Mr. English? Stephen Light and Zach Millett all coming down at the same time. Well, we got traffic exiting as well. Woo, man, time in and out of the pits. It matters the most here. 99 hits his box, and 315 goes down into his as the 28 Chris Gones stays on out. The 45 Mark Collins. 03 of Dylan Bryant, the 9 of Tommy Welsh, 19 of Stephen Wood, and of course, as I say, that 28 machine trickles his way on down into pit road. And so here we go, our pit stop cycle almost complete here as Mark Collins coming on down and in as well as Dylan Bryant, Stephen Wood, Tommy Welsh, Skylar Herod, and Chuck Kiger. Chuck putting in some good work out here.
Yeah, Kevin Delia with a black flag on pit road, and you had two other cars being shown the white X flag. It looks like a couple of them were told, hey, you got to come in or we're not going to score you anymore. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if that got waived or what. Kevin Delia coming back down to serve his penalty.
I don't know. As Mike Adamson, after all those pit cycles, he last pitted on lap number 8 just for some fuel. It was a quick one. I wonder if he had some damage from a hard outside wall impact. Just use a fast repair, maybe top up on fuel, and is ready to jump right back on out there. Expect him to maybe trickle on down and in here and just a little bit. Chris Gones coming on out of pit lane, dealing with some traffic. Oh, is Gavin Ray having a little bit of an issue here, and we're going to have our first caution of the evening.
What in the world? I got to find that because it didn't pop up on my screen at all. He just towed. He
kind of
towed.
Let's see what happens here with the 27 machine. Oh no. Did we have a fueling mistake down there on pit road? Did someone not press the fuel it up button? Or did the fuel man fall asleep on his job? Comes out of pit lane and just never leaves the apron. And that apron line is a raceable line around here. So iRacing electing to throw the caution with a slow-moving vehicle down there.
And John Buckley said he missed his pit box, went to come back around, ran out of fuel. Golly, Bad luck right there.
Oh, that is absolute heartbreak. And of course, Mr. English, though, that that's just the name of the iRacing game. Is the if typically you and I, whenever we pit, no matter what car, it could be an endurance race or it could be, in one of these things, we usually pit, before we're dry, just in case we do that exact same thing.
Yeah, it's good to have a one lap cushion in there just in case you do screw up entry or something happens and you have to drive around your pit box for whatever reason. So, yeah, that's one of those situations where having that little cushion would help. But hey, sometimes you got to take a risk and be a little bit more competitive and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to stretch it all out as far as I can and paying for it now.
Well, we're hanging around here under the caution. Let's get another driver interview up underway. And well, gosh, I didn't take notes on who was on out there. I think the 26 of Anthony Cianci was one of those actual police guys, correct?
Yeah, I believe so.
All right, let me see. I can't find if he's in a channel here that we can pull up and talk to him. It does not. Unfortunately, it does not look like it, but that's okay. I had another driver in mind here, and we can get to talking with him. He's the driver of the 71 machine. It's gonna be Mr. Blaine Woodruff. I know we can talk to him. He's out there in his team channel, part of the Plus EV racing team. Let's get him on up here. Hey Blaine, it's the guys in the booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Hey man, looking pretty good out there. Beautiful car here tonight. Whoever painted that thing did a fantastic job getting that 71 machine looking all spick and span. But I mean, you're up 15, 16 spots, creeping up on the top 10. Had a nice green flag run to get things started off. How you feeling about your car tonight?
Well, it's a pretty good car. I just tapped the wall in qualifying a little bit, and that messed that up. So we got a good car. DP did a good job, painting it. We're trying to work our way up here. So
yeah, Daniel does a great job with the car paints. He really went above and beyond with a lot of these police paints. So thank Daniel for hanging on there and painting some awesome cars out here tonight. Well, good luck tonight in that Michigan State Police number 71 Ford Mustang.
All right, thanks guys. I'll talk to you hopefully later when I'm in the top 3.
Shots fired.
Yeah, he's hoping, trying to get on up there and get himself a fantastic finish here tonight. Take one last look at that beautiful Michigan State Police car go on around us. Here we go, lining on up. No surprise, 315 to the 99, getting things all started on up here up at the front for this green flag restart here. Back to racing we go. As the Millet and Light have a pretty good run off there, but man, Millet just absolutely able to throw that hammer down and get out in front. 3 wide up here at the front as Larry Dickerson heads on up out towards the outside wall, able to just keep it off of it. A little squirrely there, maybe on some kind of cold tires, as those things didn't get quite a full heat cycle in it as the yellow flag comes on out. Looks like Tate Cawthorn getting snagged up in that one.
Driver of the 17, I believe.
Yeah, don't know if it's a paint scheme or the actual damage, but that car did not look. That was no bueno.
He's got some suspension damage. I think that
right
front, it's kind of jacked.
Kind of see what happened here as he's coming out of the corner. Oh man, it looked like it's just snapped loose on him, and he comes on down and just coincidentally gets involved with the 3 and the 53 as well, getting them all spun about.
Yeah, the right front's pointed a different direction than the car is going. That's a
Fresh, was that?
broken tire rod or something there.
I know this is my go-to, but is that fresh tires?
I don't think so, man. I wonder if he might have had a wheel disconnect there from how that
That's
car
what it
acted.
looked like.
Because
It looked like this.
Go ahead.
Huh? What did it look like, English?
Like equipment failure.
Well, I mean, why are you screaming at us? Seems like English got stuff going on over there. You still cooking those steaks over there?
Oh, I'm done.
Oh. Well, either way, there was a few guys taken out. One fast repair here to fix the damage.
And that indeed, but yeah, just a kind of weird incident there for the 17 machine. Even jumping inside his cockpit. I mean, I didn't see too much wheel input there to cause it to act like that, so I don't know what exactly went on, but either way, we got ourselves another quickie caution here, and we can sit back, relax, and enjoy all y'all out there in the YouTube lands, enjoying us over there at the over there in the chat. So big thank you to Chris Dance. He's also saying hey to his mama over there. Got Adam Pine saying go 17. Tasted Smile saying let's go number 17. So number 17's got a whole lot of love out there.
And then he crashed.
Kurt Kell saying no, that's just messing up, not an equipment thing. And well, I guess that's the case. And the original Texas doctor, Texas MD, comes on out here saying 17 needs to use his turn signals. Everybody needs to use their turn signals.
Well, he just parked in his pit box, and his car still has a lot of damage. I wonder if he already used his fast repair there.
I think he didn't check it. No, and that gets somebody every race, it seems like.
It does.
Not checking the fast repair. Once you get into the pits and you hadn't checked that fast repair, iRacing will not let you change that. You're stuck with it. So he's going to have to do manual repairs, and that could be a problem for him.
Something that'd be nice if they did change that.
It would be nice, wouldn't it? Brown, you're up there near in New England. Why don't you give him a shout at your local Wednesday meeting? Don't you have a meeting with iRacing every Wednesday?
It's every 7th Wednesday of the month.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. It really kind of sucks because, it's right during golf season. Have to race from one spot to another, and then I got to get back here to Brock. It just causes a whole mess. And Chris Jordan joined us out there saying, let's go, Rob Edgerton. Or Edgerton. Definitely, if we're messing up a name, please let us know how it's actually supposed to be pronounced. As sometimes we purposely make fun of some people's names and mess it up on purpose, but most of the time we try to do it right.
Yeah, we don't really try to do too much messing up.
Nah, John Buckley out there.
It happens.
John Buckley out there is also saying, keyboard is great, guys. Forgot to say thanks to y'all. Well, thank you, John Buckley. You're one of our favorite fans out there, as if we could ever have any.
Well, we got a few. All you gotta do is hit the like and subscribe button, and you can bypass Zuckerberg and all those people trying to shadow ban us on this iRacing thing. Come have fun with us.
Oh yeah, I already got 27 people on out there as the pace car comes back down onto pit road, and here we go back to green flag racing. Good golly, man, this pollen's kicking my butt. Zach Millett and Steven like having a good battle here side by side, getting things all re-fired up. Not as good of a restart, but still a solid one there for that 315 of Millett. The 69 of Larry Dickerson going to try to shuffle his way up underneath that 99. He's going to do so. Right behind him is the 00 of Joe Bennett and the 76 Jeff Ottinger. Don't sleep on him up there on that outside lane. Oh, as we got a couple guys going down low. 18 Chris Klein going for a ride.
Kept it off the inside wall at least, so he won't have any damage from contact in the wall. That 51 car looks pretty straight still here.
And it is. Unfortunately, though, that rubber is going to get a little flat spotted there. Can't wait till iRacing adds that when you flat spot tires. Imagine these drivers that will have some problems with that as we're going 2 wide up at the front with 3 wide here right behind him. Oh, and more contact. Double O Joe going for the next slide down onto the apron. He's able to get it collected. Oh, come on, buddy. Come on. It's right there. Oh, no. Yeah, no. Yeah. Okay, he's got it.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Had me worried there for a second. He wrecked the entire back straightaway there.
Well, the entire top 10 is just spread out all over the place. Like they're just different lines up and down the track. Pretty interesting what's happening out here. I like PJ Cox's back of his car says that car was paid for with drug bust money. That's cool.
Don Buckley says he can't wait for the update for it to the flat spotted tires being able to feel it in your steering wheel and stuff, because you definitely will if they do something like that.
You flat spot tires here with only 3 full sets of tires, you're done for. If that was the case.
You ever had a wheel like out of balance on your truck or see one
Oh,
on
yeah.
a trailer?
Oh, yeah.
Man, they just shake the crap out of you.
Ooh, look at the 19 move up the track. Man. That Richmond County Sheriff car.
Texas MD Original saying, God, dog, these guys are racing on a slip and slide, it looks like, out there.
It does.
Especially, coming off of these, start, stop kind of things with these kind of quick cautions, man. It can definitely throw a wrench in the woodwork. And it's tough to get these things up to temperature, up to pressure, and ready to rumble. As the 19 Stephen Wood up here, up on the outside lane, getting passed by the 13 of Jonathan Hammond right now. Having a pretty good run. Right behind him, though, Scott Milner, Skylar Herod, 71 Blaine Woodruff, 79 Jarrett Woodard. A whole bunch of other drivers as well. You got the 6 of Joe David having a good battle with the 53 of Delia, who had a fantastic season last year in these Next Gen Cup cars. But a whole bunch of work left to do here tonight. But we got a whole bunch of laps as we're just getting past the halfway point. Larry Dickerson still having a good battle with the 03 of Dylan Bryant and the number 1 of DW, Mr. Derek Welch.
Now, to answer your question there, John, the ambient temperature out there is 65 degrees. The track temp is only 66. So the track temp only 1 degree higher than the ambient air temperature. I guess that has something to do with it being at night, because let's see, in game time is 11 p.m. So yeah, that might have something to do with it.
What game? There's no game. This is simulation.
Sim time.
Oof,
Yeah,
man.
in sim time.
Well, that's probably why they're bulldozing this track, because these guys keep racing at 10 o'clock at night. These guys, people are trying to go to bed. They got to work in the morning.
Not in California. Nobody's working out there. They're all living off the government. They're probably trying to put like a homeless encampment out here. That's probably what they're trying to do. I went on a tirade.
Backyard.
I'm sure there's working folks in California that are getting taxed up to their eyeballs. They've had enough.
We're sorry for the comments made by Mr. Adam Turner. Comments made by those broadcasters are viewpoints of their own accord and of their own opinion, and no in turn it reflect anybody else's opinions, because let's just face it, it's Adam Turner.
Yeah, no, that's mine. I love California. It's a beautiful place, but they're trying to ruin it with everything, Just trying to make a point every once in a while. This track is going to be missed.
It will be, as Stephen Light has taken the lead over the 315 of Zach Millett. Millett Running a little slow here, maybe trying to save a little extra set of tires here for the end of this thing. Make one final run at it. Meanwhile, right behind him, whole crowd of hungry drivers trying to find their way up onto that third podium spot here with the 69 Larry Dickerson currently holding it. But here comes the 03 and the 28, both at the same time, looking to maybe try to make a pass here down low. The 28 with the best of the runs. The 69 gets up and scrapes the outside wall, but it's not going to make that much of a difference. He didn't scrub that much speed.
This is MD Original still hanging with us out there saying, yeah, they're all moving to Texas, man.
Well, yeah, no doubt. They love freedom. I mean, they want to be free. Just keep it Texas and don't California, Texas. You know?
Use California as a verb?
Yeah, you don't have the T-shirt? I got one of them.
Oh, okay.
Don't California my Texas.
Ooh, 3 wide here with Derek Welch on the bottom. Around the tri-oval.
And
Get that sorted out pretty quick.
that they did, as it's a kind of weird mix of single file, but at the same time, hard racing action. Jonathan Hammond there, as well as the number 1 DW, still trying to make that bottom line work down there. Paul Ferdiani, Joe David trading a couple positions here. Same thing with Scott Milner and Jarrett Woodard. Right behind them, you got the 3, Chris Muth Jr., you got Nick Biddy, Dana Shepard, Joe Hoggard, Chuck Kiger. You got Mark Collins there. Albert Anderson is kind of stuck between he's with his own little AAA crew here. Anthony Williams, Albert Anderson, and Anthony Cianci. Maybe?
Question
mark. We'll figure that one out, but he's around some fellows with their A as their first name, first letter of their first name.
Yeah, the guys that are running low, I don't know how long they're going to be able to do that. Isn't this a progressively banked track? Meaning, the higher up the track you go, the steeper the banking. I thought California was like that, but I could be mistaken there.
It's very progressive.
You'd have
Yes.
it'd behoove you probably to save a little tire wear by running a little bit higher line. But I know some of these guys are trying to make something happen, and sometimes the shorter way around the track is best if you've got the grip to put it down there.
Yeah, that indeed.
Teacott getting some encouragement to go faster.
Hey, are they turning this racetrack into like a Walmart or something? What are they doing out here? It's a shame they're getting rid of this big, nice 2-mile track out in
I don't know what they're doing.
California.
Yeah, I actually have no idea. Oh man, Dana Shepard having a big run, but the 32 Nick Biddy just drifted up the track right in front of him, having to forcing him having to check up just a little bit, but he's still gonna be out there running as strong as he
won
can.
The wall.
Oh, DW going down for a ride. Oh, and he's not gonna save it from hitting that inside wall. Oh man, hard impact.
That was from that car that got squirrely above them there, and they just got together. DW caught the brunt of it there.
Off the racing surface, though, so we stay green.
Yep. They smashed the heck out of the back end there. Hopefully they can get that gas can to still connect to that fuel cell. Hard hit.
Yeah, indeed, a very hard hit it was, as we're coming on up pretty close to, I think, our next round of pit stops. Most of these guys came in right around 32 to 35, so definitely be on the lookout for that. We did have some cautions in there, so they might be able to extend it just a little bit further than that now. But the final pits are definitely coming on up, so we're going to take a quick step back from the action. Meanwhile, we've got the 99 of Stephen Light up here at the front to bring you some fantastic advertisements, so that way our good buddies that's greatly sponsored this league get some fantastic notice. So sit back, relax, enjoy the roll, and we will be back in no time for the final round of pit stops and the closing action from this race here at Auto Club. And welcome back to this fantastic action that we have out here on the racetrack. Did have some bumping and banging just as we returned here. The 76 Jet Voncher up into the outside wall, able to gather it back together and keep it underneath himself here as a whole bunch of drivers are finding themselves in a little itty packs. Meanwhile, the 99 of Stephen Light, man, I wonder what happened to Zach Billett. He was looking so quick for so long. Well, now he's just fallen off the pace quite a bit. I wonder if maybe he snagged the outside wall once and he's dealing with some aero damage and he's just praying for the pit stops to happen so that way he can get a brand new car here once again. Chris Goins is right there, right behind him. It could be Goins. I don't know, but either way, we're going to start to see some of these people come on down for their final pit stops here as we're closing in on the final 25 laps of this Back the Blue race here for the Num Thumbs Racing League Cup Series.
I knew some people named Goins, but there was an I there instead of an A, so I don't know. It might be Goins, it might be Goins.
See, I've seen Goins, Goens.
Yeah, I've seen somebody with that name too. I think that was a sports player or something. But Coldfire out there enjoying the racing action, saying let's go plus EV racing and DEP racing. Thank you, Coldfire, for joining us again.
And it's battling 12th, 11th, 10th, 11th, 12th.
And Adamson.
9th. Oh, man, good stuff.
Adamson, Hammond, Herod, all having a good fight on down there. That indeed. Something I haven't pointed out here tonight is we do have some driver cams available to us, one of which is the 48 of Mr. Skylar Herod out here running around inside that kind of chasey group kind of thing as Goins and Adamson trickle on down into the pit lane. And then we also have, I got to scroll a little bit to find his name now, is Mr. Double O of the Joe Bennett side. Trying to get on up there.
Derek Donna joining us on YouTube chat saying, just joined. Any idea where Dana Shepard is hanging out right now? He's currently in 14th spot in that Sheriff's Department machine. He's a pretty good race here so far. Let's see. I think he's right where he started.
Yeah, that he is, and he's in the middle with a good battle right now, trying to sneak his way on up into a top 10, trying to pass the 005 of AJ Evangelista right now, and he's got some traffic in front of him that he has to navigate as well, one of which is for position there in that 32 of Nick Biddy. Oh, goodness, these guys are definitely having a solid race on out there with 23 laps left to go.
They're mixing it up for sure. We got Dana Shepard in the middle here, 3 wide between T. Cott and Nick Biddy. California never disappoints, man. It's always a great race here.
Yeah, it's usually good weather, too. It's a cool place. I wouldn't want to live there, but I'd like to visit.
I couldn't afford to live there.
No, I don't know how you could.
I couldn't afford to visit there, man.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Joe David's coming down. He just mentioned Nick Biddy's coming down, so here we go. Money stops.
Yeah, we saw quite a few people like PJ Cox, Blaine Woodruff, and Jonathan Hammond trickle on down and in. Stephen Leighton, the 99, making his way. Same thing with the 315 of Zach Millett. Looks like Dylan Bryant's going to stay on out. Meanwhile, the 69, Larry Dickerson, making his final stop. And you know what stop this one is there, Mr. Turner? It's the money stop where these virtual pit crews make up for their paychecks here.
23 cars on the lead lap right now. If we get a caution during this pit cycle, we could see some guys trapped 1 lap down or more. I hope we don't see that here. Hopefully these guys are able to get through this pit cycle.
Well, it looks like they're going to make it. So far, there's nothing really crazy going on. Dylan Bryant coming down. Anthony Williams calling his pit out. The interesting part is when they start to blend back onto the track, right? Where they have cars at full speed and then they get their back out on the track. Could cause some issues. We'll see if that happens tonight.
Close action between the 44 and 45, side drafting each other. That got kind of hairy. It looks like the 55, Robert Edgerton, with a black flag on pit road.
Ooh.
This late in the race, that is something you do not want to do as you are running out of time to make up for that little bit of a mistake here. As we still got some great racing here Dana Shepard and Mark Collins going side by side a little bit here. Kevin Delia currently holding on to the lead. He has yet to come down. He last pitted back on lap 39. But he's going to be good for a little bit longer than some of these other guys on out here. Anthony Cianci is coming on down and in. He's getting his final set of tires put onto his vehicle now. As man, we're definitely getting on down into it here, boys.
Man, it's cool to see. You know, sometimes we'll see a shot and we'll see 3 or 4 police cars in the shot at the same time. It's just it's a neat thing to see because it's not something we see every day. Pretty cool. It's a hot pursuit going on out here.
Crossing state lines in a hot pursuit.
Yeah, you got to be careful doing that. You just pit maneuver them when it's time, you know.
Turner, do you know how to pit maneuver an 18-wheeler?
That's not going to happen.
Exactly.
They got a steer tire. Everything else
Yeah,
will work out.
I know how to shotgun the driver if he's acting the fool. You know, sometimes you got to take drastic measures for drastic problems like that.
Aim for an air tank.
Ooh!
Uh-oh.
It just came out.
Yellow flag.
Uh-oh.
I got a feeling it's going to be for the 9 of Joe David. Or, excuse me, the 6 here tonight. 9. I don't know. But either way, I got a feeling it's going to be for him. So let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, just getting checked up behind. I think that was 00 Joe. And getting sideways across the track. Thankfully, he had the pit road right there to kind of get things all collected up on. But that is going to cause a caution here, and I think it's going to cause some mayhem here throughout this field. Trap quite a few people a lap down, depending on who pits, who doesn't pit.
Yeah, we only have 11 cars on the lead lap, thanks to the caution. So it depends on if some of these leaders pit. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. This is one of those situations I was hoping against hope that it wouldn't happen there.
Hmm.
Well, I will say another little self-add in here. We also like to thank all y'all that go out there and support the Facebook page that we got there. If you just go over into your Facebooks and type in AAA Broadcasting, you'll be able to find us on over there. And we are more likely to update that if there's any issues with a stream or anything like that. So I would highly suggest y'all go over and like that and get yourself all up there and informed. And we even do kind of like a midday, like, hey, just a heads up, just a reminder, we got a race coming up here tonight, just in case. You know, you need to set those alarm clocks because, you know, some of us need a little bit reminding every once in a while when stuff is going on.
We have a Facebook?
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have to give money to Zuckerberg, do we? Is he paying us?
No.
Oh, he's not paying us, or we don't have to pay him?
Both.
Okay. Well, that's fine then, I guess.
Yeah,
I'd rather him give us some money.
Well, sometimes that notification comes out kind of in the middle of the day, and sometimes, you know, if I don't get home till a little bit later, it'll be sometime hour or two before race start. But try to get it out as early as I can.
So you're in charge of marketing?
I'm the graphics department, I guess. I don't know.
Why don't you let me have a hold of that Facebook one, like just
Do
for
it.
a week? I
Oh,
wonder what I
please
could get into. I could share all of my fun posts with everybody. We'd probably be really loved.
You sure can.
I don't know how to operate
I don't know how to
FaceTime or whatever. Tom Barish is our race control tonight, thanks to him.
That's not an easy job, is it, boys? I mean,
No. I mean, these guys are making it easy for him here tonight. Not too many incidents, and It seems like the people that have been involved in something have either saved it or just been like, "Yeah, no, that's my mess up, man." Of course, I can't hear the exact same radio chatter that you guys hear. You could be hearing more than I do.
Well, they're making fun of Tom Barris's radio voice because he talks real deep. That's pretty.
Well,
funny.
isn't he? He's the guy that's going to steal our job one of these days because he's got the voice for it.
Some guys are just natural high-low talkers, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Some people have a voice for radio. That's how it works.
I got a face for radio. That's what I've been told
Oh.
anyway.
That's what I meant.
Is that not a compliment?
I think
No,
it is.
It's 100% is.
Yeah. Your face is so good
Doesn't
looking,
match
it
my
has to be
voice.
on radio.
Oh man,
It doesn't match your face. What do you mean?
I don't know. I've been told that. So your voice doesn't match your head. That's what I was told. That's what it was. That's what Jimmy told me first time he saw me. Your voice doesn't match your head. What?
Well, you got all that hair on your face. Maybe that's confusing to people.
Maybe.
Well,
It's like they've extended the caution here, Brown.
yeah, we had an excessive amount of people just where the field was and how things were stacked up behind the pace car. So thankfully, you are going to get more than 11 drivers back onto the lead lap. Problem is, we need to get 11th all the way back through 29th, all the way back around the pace car and to the back up to the field. So that's probably a good call. Maybe putting this one
Great call.
putting this one on delay for a second.
Yeah, great call by Tom Barris to extend that out and give these wave around drivers a chance to catch back up to the field. Halsey joining us out there saying, here to see some late race action. Hashtag plus EV number 48. And Ginger Parent, that's a cool name, said, Dana's the car turning left. The white car, number 44. I guess that was the answer to Derek Donna's question. Where Dana Shepard's at. That's no sarcasm at all there.
Nah.
I love
None.
it.
Man.
Have you tried this cold brew coffee? I guess
Yeah.
it's like the next big thing now.
Are you talking about the nitro cold brew?
Not on nitrogen, just the cold brew coffee that you can make at home and stuff like that. I started making. My wife loves it, so I started making it here.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've heard of people. You put it in a keg and put it on nitrogen. Well, a nitrogen regulator. You got to run it a little bit hotter though. I think you got to run it like 20 psi.
You know, I need to I need to get into a conversation with you here because I'm not really a coffee drinker, but I do like, you know, my iced coffees occasionally. I wouldn't mind a coffee beer at some point there, English. I know you're a brewmaster. I don't know how it would work out, but that's why I'm leaving it up to you as we get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here. With that 99 of Steven Light and the 315 Zach Millett getting things all fired back on up here. Man, look at that 28 of Chris Goins giving a big old push to that 99 on that bottom side. He's going to lift back just a little bit as they enter into the corner, giving these guys just a little bit of room to maybe a little bit of extra space to figure things on out as we got about 12 laps to go.
Great racing here to finish this thing. Just a handful of laps here ready to go. You see some more aggressive lane changing moves and stuff, especially like guys like the 64 there. Ooh, here we go. 3 wide action here in the middle of the pack.
Mm-hmm.
Mercy.
And you can see it here as we're right around with the 88 of Mike Adamson.
4 wide.
Goodness.
Good night. Oh, closing the door.
Oh, I don't think that was closing the door. I think there might have been some mailbox scraping on that one.
Yeah, Dickerson and Ottinger were having a little battle. I mean, not Ottinger, but it looks like Dylan Bryant. Ottinger took advantage there. Ooh.
Yeah, in the meantime, 315 of Millet breaks free of the 28 and the 99, who are kind of nose to tail trying to catch back on up to him. Same thing with that 69 of Larry Dickerson behind him. You can see those drivers shuffling, fighting, and doing whatever they can to move up any extra positions here late in this round 3. Chris Muth Jr. going right up through the middle past that double 8 of Mike Adamson, now heading on up to the 33 of Paul Ferdiani. How about Dylan Bryant, the 03 machine, up 28 spots on this evening in the Lucas Oil Pepsi machine. That's exactly what I imagine Pepsi to taste like.
Like oil?
Like oil, like Lucas Oil.
Yeah, 45 Mark Collins kind of got in the wall back there, but he held it against the wall until the other drivers passed him before he tried to bring it off of there. We've seen that happen so many times, especially in the ARCA series, where guys get stuck on the wall and they try to turn left and get off the wall, and it just snaps left and causes big wrecks. So good on Mac to be careful there.
I know we're getting close to the end of this thing, but you remember when Michael Jackson got his hair burned in the Pepsi commercial?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pepsi commercial. Maybe the Pepsi was flammable.
Oh, well, I don't know. I think his hair products is what did it, maybe.
Oh.
Well, maybe he used Pepsi as a hair product, because you can use Coca-Cola. Not to hate on the Coca-Cola, as the 53 of Kevin Delia. Whoo, doggy, he's setting a fastest lap sub 40, a 39.98. Goodness
At a
gracious.
2-mile track. Wow.
Mate, those tires must be melting out in it.
Take that car.
Take
Some
the
big
car.
compression. Yeah. There's some compression cheats or something.
Yeah, maybe, as PJ Cox in the 05 has a pretty good battle here, as well as the 33 of Paul Ferdiani getting stuck up in the middle. Man, he's looking like a Duracell battery right now, right in between two other pieces of plastic in these Harbor Freight cars. As a yellow flag comes out. Who?
Scott Milner. Check the 2 Scott Milner. He was in it.
'05 said he drove in. 005 said he drove in over his head. Not sure what happened.
So there was a checkup along the outside wall. Oh, yeah. So they were the people in front of Milner here were able to figure it out, but they were slow up there against the outside wall, which is kind of in the direction that he was probably gonna be headed here. Let me try to find where the helicopter camera is, and then trying to change lanes while coming out of the corner here for the 2. And that's kind of what got him loose and sideways along the track. Oh, a little firm into that outside wall. But otherwise, that's really the only carnage coming out of that one, which means as we head on down here, I don't think it's going to be a green-white checker, but it's going to be pretty darn close for a finish here tonight.
It's a couple of different accidents that happened at the same time there.
Sometimes that happens. Sometimes people anticipate stuff that's happening ahead of them and causes other things to happen.
Yeah, Albert Anderson had made contact with another car. It looked like the Fuji water machine. I don't know, man, but yeah, I don't think it'll be a green-white. I think you're right there, Brand. It's not going to be a green-white checker, but that doesn't mean we're not going to end on one, because here we go with the aggression. Getting stepped up right here at the end.
And getting all turned right on up to 11.
Cubby Stanley said, "Is this the Donut 500? Is that what all the police paints?"
There we go. The old cop jokes could finally come through.
Oh, yeah. He said, just joking. Big thanks to the men and women of law enforcement. Thanks for being here and racing in this race, Cubby.
Cops have a sense of humor, too.
They do have a sense of humor.
You believe it or not, cops are human beings.
And lawyers pretend to have a sense of humor because they're not human beings.
Actually, lawyers are cool, but they're just like
That was a joke, also, though.
kind of rude sometimes.
My cousin is one.
And there's a lot of talking out there on the radio about what happened, but all of it's like
Yeah.
nice talk. They're like,
Yeah,
well, I
nobody's-
did this. I accidentally did this. I'm sorry for this. When are they going to start screaming at each other and wanting to throw hands?
Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the upcoming schedule here, Adam, and maybe we can pinpoint that here for you there, buddy.
Mm.
Yeah.
As we're here at Auto Club, next week we will be at Nashville well, not next week, next week off due to Memorial Day. The following week up there, first week of June, will be Nashville Super Speedway, then Atlanta, Kansas, Dega, Coda, Vegas, Chicagoland, Indianapolis, and Iowa. Looking at that, I'm not seeing too much anger. Maybe Nashville Super Speedway. Don't let the Super Speedway fool you, folks. It's like a mile racetrack. It's quick. Oh boy, is it quick! But it ain't big.
No, I think it's
I don't think we're gonna see
a
any.
mile and a half.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see too much anger until we get on down into, we got the playoffs here. New Hampshire coming August 14th, Dover coming August 21st. So I don't think we're gonna see anything too much here, Adam, until August. You're
These
gonna have
guys
to wait a
will
while.
well, they get tired of each other at some point. I mean, it's going to happen. The longer the season is, the more stuff happens in between drivers. That some of the stuff we might not see. If you really pay attention and say, "Oh, look, this guy hit this guy last week," and "Oh, he hit the same guy this week,"
Yeah.
it starts adding up. So the end of the season is where it's really a blast.
Oh, and just so y'all know, those ribeyes were delicious. That's
How'd
the
you season them? Salt and pepper only?
Montreal steak season,
Oh,
and then throw them in a screaming hot skillet.
That's all right.
Those cows ate the spent grain from our brewery. That's why we went to
Wow.
that farm to buy the steaks.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
As we get ready here with a green, white checker possible finish here. As look how tight they are. They are
That's
door to door as we get things all lined back on up. Green flag racing here once again. Contact being made. Millet and Light absolutely having a slobber knocker up here out in front. The 28 and the 69 can't do nothing about it but sit there and watch and just hope one of these drivers makes a mistake and they can find a way to filter their way on through. Oh, as we got a wreck going on down the back straightaway here. Still green flag as I think it ended up drifting off the track. Yes, it did. Chris Muth Jr. and the 76 of Jeff Ottinger snagged up in that one, but the green flag is still out and waving here as the 99 and the 315 still have yet to separate from each other. Oh my goodness, what happened to Delia back there? Looked like he just got shot out of a cannon up across the track, and we got absolute mayhem going on down
Caution.
by the front straightaway.
oh my! Wow, that is a huge crash. Wow.
We've got 3 attempts at a green-white checker. This will be the first one, boys.
Ooh, I hear anger. Anger it's with us now.
Yeah, I think this really started off with Delia just coming in like a wrecking ball. Miley Cyrus would be proud of that one. Coming across the field.
Man.
Let's rewind. Please be kind, rewind. And head on up to the old chopper camera here and see what happens with Delia. Gets loose coming out of 4, tries to stay out of the bumper there of the car in front. Hits the outside wall, comes back down the track. He actually somewhat saves it, but saves it in the middle. And then, oh no, my goodness, it's just going to be absolute mayhem as the 71 gets all sideways in front of everybody else. And you can just see the pileup happening here. And everybody, oh, who went for that? Is that the 19?
Stephen Wood, yeah, he went flying.
The 48 and the 71 both got black flags. Pretty much half the field has a meatball flag after that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, How bad do you feel for the guys that use their fast repair on, that one tiny hit they hit the outside wall with? Let's go ahead and watch that 19. Oh, just gets hammered by, I think that was the 51, and then shoots back up the track. And it just kept going through the tumble section of that spin dryer.
And the damage on these cars is pretty cool. There was all kinds of stuff happening out there.
Man, oh man. So we thought we thought possibly that caution was gonna come out up here at the front, because I mean, the 315 and the 99 were handing tickets to each other through their windows at the restart there.
Yeah, Ginger Parent said all those police officers got excited right there. It must have been because they seen a fire truck.
Yes.
Good jokes.
I got a lot of firemen in my family that would be laughing if they heard that.
Well, as a former volunteer firefighter, I'd definitely enjoy that one.
Same here. I've been called a hose dragger, but
Hey, man.
doing it for free. I mean,
Someone's got to
Make
save
fun of
those
me.
kittens.
What? What do you mean you're doing it for free?
I was a volunteer firefighter when I was in high school.
Were you an amateur tattoo artist too?
No.
Oh, you're in high school. You can be a firefighter. I guess it's easy, huh?
Yeah, you could
Anybody
in
can do
Lavernia,
it.
Texas.
Yeah, anybody can do that.
Basically, stopping traffic so airlife can land and that kind of stuff.
Stopping
I
traffic.
never went into any refilling SCBA
Yeah.
tanks and stuff.
Oh, yeah. And the occasional, during the wildland part, digging ditches. That's about.
Got a grass fire.
Yeah.
Crank the trucks.
Yeah. Well, thank y'all for your volunteer firefighter service as well.
It was good. English, did you get a
Oh,
little
man.
plate to put on the front of your truck or your
No.
see, I got
No, I
I got a little plate.
I only did it for a few months right before I went to boot camp
Ah.
after I graduated high school. So
Yeah, that's a good way to get in shape. I'll tell you that.
yeah, I was like 125, 130 pounds back then. I looked like a Somalian refugee or something. I was skinny.
Dude, man, oh man. So first attempt at a green-white checker finish here, folks. So just to make you all familiar with the rules, the field will take the green flag the next time they go around. If they make it all the way back around and the leader crosses that start-finish line, the white flag will be held, and that means there will be no more cautions. But if at any point something happens out there on the track and the caution flies before the leader crosses that line, we get all re-racked and stacked up and do it all over again. And we can do it again after that, as we have 3 attempts.
Yeah, we still got 4 guys out there making laps with black flags. So don't know what's going to happen with that there. But Mike Gosselin says, "Come on, Welch, beat the other Welch." He's pulling for Tommy Welch out there to beat Derek. We'll see if that happens.
That would definitely be something, as the lights on the pace car are off as this field heads on off down into turns 3 and 4. Do you think we're going to start to see more of the same out of that 99 and the 315 as they come out of the field? Man, it's just going to be a moment to find out. Excuse me, as here we go. It's time to buckle up, strap on those drinking helmets, throw inhibition out the window. Green, white, checker racing here in this opener for the Numb Thumbs Racing League Cup Series. Side by side, the 99 and the 315 make their way down through turns 1 and 2. Right behind them, the 29 and the 69 and the 28 making some tracks themselves. The 03 Dylan Bryant trying to sneak his name up here into that hat and into that mix. Everybody beating and banging here in the mid pack, trying to find whatever points that they can. Heading down the back straightaway now into turns 3 and 4 as the 315 and the 99 still side by side, yet to leave each other's sides. The 69 holding on to that third spot, almost some contact between the leaders as they fight and battle down across the line. White flag is out, so here we go. This is it. No more cautions. these guys will be racing to the very bitter end, no matter how many wheels or engine pistons have left the building. 99 down low, getting a great run out of the corner, almost getting up into the 315. He does get into the 315, still trading paint down there. 69 saying, I've had enough of your games. I'm going to sneak on down low, down through turns 3 and 4. As the 99 gets a good run here in the middle, 69 is going to close the door block a little bit, forcing him up into the outside. Same thing with the 315. 315 goes up, snags the outside wall. Will he get a late run? No, he will not in time. 69 of Larry Dickerson steals one away from the 315 and the 99 as they were battling it out.
That was incredible. That was incredible. The 315-99 just battling it out, not giving each other an inch, and then Larry Dickerson goes down low there and makes it stick somehow. It caused Steven Light to check up a little bit there. I thought that might give Zach Millett a big run, but didn't quite happen there.
And you can see Millett there giving some taps to that back bumper of the 69, man. That was what they call in the, what do they say nowadays, Turner, a 200 IQ move or something like that?
I never met anybody with a 200 IQ.
Yeah.
I mean, besides you, Brown.
That's what they're calling, like, those gamers that make those, like, crazy plays that are, like, ridiculous.
No.
Oh.
You know, using their head rather than other appendages.
Well, that's what they're doing here. They were using their brain. I'll tell you what, Dickerson had a good race, up 7, but man, he really came out of nowhere there at the end.
Ooh.
Yeah, man, just using that low line, and he saw what was happening. He saw these guys were battling, and man, when two guys are fighting over trying to pass each other and use the same lane and looking at each other, they're not looking at what else is going on. They didn't see the 69 coming.
No, they did not. Oh, mate, Tommy Welch is going to be sleeping in the car tonight. Not making it up there into the top 10. Dana Shepard did make his way up there into the top 10, though, finding that 44 up into 9. So Derek Donna's all excited about that one. He's going to owe him a donut.
Michael Corriveau also making a statement saying, look at all the police cars out there. Man, those firefighters must be loving seeing their heroes out there racing, being represented.
Nice.
Cool stuff. Here in town, they have what they call the Battle of the Badges every year. It's a charity boxing thing where the firemen get to have boxing matches with the cops, and they have it at the casino. So one of these years, I'm going to catch it.
Oh, man, boxing? Nah, you know what? We do a hockey match up here.
Really?
Oh,
that'd
yeah.
be fun to watch too, man.
Oh, it is. It's absolutely fantastic. They do stuff like for every season. They got softball. I think they've got a basketball. Got a hockey. You know, they got one for pretty much everything.
Yeah. Softball's not going to do it for me. I need something with some hitting.
From what I hear, I think 2 years ago, I think a fight did break out on the softball field. So I think.
Oh man.
So I think that might be more up Adam Turner's alley.
Yeah, that's perfect. Violence. Yes. Let's have some fun and fight it out.
And speaking of having some fun, let's go ahead and talk to one of these drivers that had some fun out there tonight, and that is the 315 of Zach Millett, having a great battle against the 99 pretty much all race long, and then just out of nowhere, you were battling maybe a little bit too hard with Steven there, Zach, and Larry was able to sneak on by you, but before you kind of touch on that, kind of touch on the right around the mid stage of the race, right around there between lap 30 and 60, right after that first pit stop. It looked like you were a little down on pace there, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think Steve was just that fast when he got clean air. When he was by himself, he was class of the field without a doubt. Once I lost his draft, I just kind of started backing up. I really actually wanted to back up a little quicker and have Chris Goins come up behind me. Maybe we could catch him, but just kind of ran out of laps on that stint. But yeah, we had the first 30 laps. I was telling Chris, that was some of the best racing I think I've ever had, man. That was just back and forth constantly, So yeah, these cars are fun, man. I like them.
Well, great job out there. Great race out there tonight. The paint on your car tonight, New York State Correctional Services. No guns, just guts. That I think that says it all. Anybody that works in corrections, our sheriff's department down here, you have to do 2 years corrections before you get out on patrol and stuff. That's a rough job, man.
Yeah, it's been something else. I've got a little more than 9 years in for New York, and it's I've learned a lot and I've seen a lot. And it's been weird at times, but it's a good career. It's a it's a good band of brothers. It's a different way to do things. That's for sure.
Well, thank you for your service doing that. Really had fun watching y'all tonight. Would you like to give some shout outs to?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys at AAA Broadcasting for broadcasting this league. Got to thank Numb Thumbs for putting this league on. It's going to be a lot of fun. It looks like I'm looking forward to racing with these guys Monday night. Got to thank HBR TV, HBRShops.com, Track Bar Media, Castle Products, Eric Dotson State Farm, and shoot me a follow over on Twitch at That Is 4 Guy.
Absolutely, indeed. If you ever want some of that in-car excitement, head on over there to that S4 guy over there on that Twitch, man. Well, Zach, congratulations on getting this season started off pretty dang strong up there with a solid second place finish, man. Congratulations and good luck the rest of the season here, buddy.
Hell yeah, thanks, guys.
And with that, we'll move down one step for the time being and talk with our third place finisher here.
Ran into you, but I chose not to.
We'll talk with the number 99 of Mr. Steven. Steven, please tell us the correct way to say your last name, sir.
Light, like a light bulb.
All right, well, that's easy enough, man. That I thought it was a lot harder than that, but
I think we're getting it right.
I was pretty close. But Mr. Steven Light picking up a solid third place finish here tonight. A fantastic run there in the mid race. We were mentioning it to Zach that man, it looked like you had just driven away from him. We thought Zach might have had an issue there, but man, you were just that dang quick. And then of course coming on down to green white checker finishes, always mixing things on up. I mean the first non-attempt that we had. You guys were trading paints before you even guys got to the line.
I tell you what, as a race fan, if you didn't like watching that race, don't watch because that's as good as it's going to get. I can normally I'm not too pleased when I don't win a race, but I had so much fun in that race I can't even be upset. It was a great race, first race of the year. It's going to be hard to top that one as far as excitement goes. I think the 99 team, I think we definitely had the fastest car tonight. Once I was finally able to get a half a second lead, I was able to break some of the draft and pull away a little bit there in that mid run of the race. And of course, 20 to go, I'm sitting there just hoping there's no caution. We had just finished our pit cycle and I'm sitting there saving tires in good position, but it was a great race. And me and Zach, once on fresh tires, we were definitely equally matched. And, him and I were battling like hell there, and that's about as clean as you can be, rubbing doors, trying to win a race. That was a lot of fun. I appreciate him being clean, and I told Larry in the podium room, I was a little too nice down in 3 and 4. I knew he was going to drive in on the bottom, go 3 wide there, so I thought about blocking, but there was no point. If I tried blocking, I wasn't going to have any chance of getting the run off of 4 to win the race. And I actually had a run in the middle, and when he slid up there, I just if I run into him, it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have killed my run and might have wrecked him, and it would have probably given the win to Zach. So I chose to lift and slide up, and just unfortunately killed my run off of 4 there to have a chance to win it.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to ask you about was, the little do-si-do y'all were doing there at the end. I think if the 69, you take that out of the equation, I think you would have picked up a 9 here, a win here tonight in the 99 because, man, you hit the nail on the head. Y'all were putting on a clinic out there, you and the 315, and I just thought it was your race to win until you had the 69 to the equation there. But thanks so much for racing out here tonight. Congratulations. Thanks for the awesome patriotic paint job as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, it was a blast, and hopefully you guys had fun commentating on that on the broadcast. And me and Zach were battling so hard there the last lap that anybody it didn't matter who was in third, they were going to get a run on us off of 2. And 69 was obviously in position to make that run. and did a good job of going in low enough to be able to slide up in the middle and kill my run on exit. Not that it was on purpose, but it's just how it goes at the end of these races. I really would have liked to have seen it gone green there for me and Larry to. I think me and Zach, we definitely had the 2 fastest cars all night. It would have been nice to race him for the win, but that's just how it goes. You get cautions late, and you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, well, good way to start the season. You still hung on to a podium finish. Who would you like to give some shout-outs to?
Chris Isaacs for my bad to the bone paint job, and shout out to you guys up in the booth. I'm sure the broadcast was awesome. I'll be watching it later, and shout out to Zach, and good win for Larry. Congrats to him, and me and Zach. I'm sure we'll, as fast as him and I were together tonight, racing back and forth, swap. I don't know how many lead changes there were. There had to be a lot of them, but looking forward to racing him in the next few races.
Awesome job out there, Stephen Light in the 99 machine, rounding out tonight's podium with a solid 3rd place finish, man. Congratulations on a solid start to the season, man, and good luck the rest of the way.
Appreciate it, guys.
And with that, we head on up to a guy that was a rookie to iRacing starting up last year. He started off as a fan, and look at him now up here in victory lane in the season opener of the Numb Thumbs Racing League Cup Series here in 2023. Mr. Larry Dickerson, driver of the 69, up 7 spots, but most importantly, making up 2 of those spots there on the final lap while watching the great battle in front of you.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm in shock still. That was a hell of a finish. I've only ran these cars one time, and to be able to pick it up like I did watching them other guys in practice, I can't say no more. And oh my God, I'm in just total shock right now.
Yeah, you got that adrenaline pumping still. I could tell my hands would shake.
I think about broke my damn chair one, and I crossed the line. I saw one, and I jumped up and started screaming so damn much.
Well, great job out there. Your fellow teammate, Albert Anderson, congratulating you out there on YouTube already, saying, congrats on your first official win there for in All-Star Racing too. So,
oh yeah,
the LA Construction Angel Man Syndrome Foundation 69 Chevrolet Camaro fast all night, but I mean, just those guys battling it out in front of you. You just saw where to go there, and you made it happen.
Yeah. I was debating on that last lap because I was afraid, and I'm pretty sure everybody saw it on the coverage, that I dive bombed the corner so much that I accidentally slid up the track and had to get out of the gas, and it killed my momentum. And when it did, I saw Steven coming, but I slipped enough, and he had to let off the gas. And next thing I know, I saw that Zach Millett coming. I was like, oh my God, I'm in trouble. And I just don't know how we managed to hold him off. He barely scraped the wall coming off 4, and that hurt his momentum a little bit. But either way, it would have been a hell of a finish.
Well, it was a hell of a finish for you tonight. Good job. Congratulations. And who would you like to give some shout-outs to?
First off, I want to give a shout-out to Albert for letting me join this team. I know me and Dylan's been racing last year as Dirty Donkey Racing and also Dirty 69 Racing. My team representing both of them as we're racing together as teammates. So shout out to Albert for trusting me to come on a team and represent them good. I know I've had a bad couple of races and to start with this new team, but this for hell makes up for those bad finishes. And shout out to, like I said, to Dylan. Shout out to Jeremiah. Shout out to crap. As soon as I forget his name, Michael Adamson. But shout out to the whole team. Shout out to the league sponsors. Shout out to Derek for putting on this great league. It is a absolute blast to run this, and he puts a hell of a league on. And if anybody's looking to join, they need to join this. And because look at me, I was like y'all said, a fan last year. I joined it. I've talked to y'all a couple times, and now I finally won my second race with y'all. It is a blast. Shout out to all the league sponsors. Shout out to y'all for y'all's coverage. I don't see nobody doing it any better week in and week out on the coverage.
Thanks, man.
I have y'all give me so much laughs to go back and watch this the way y'all talk, especially about that Zecklenberg guy. You guys still watch out for him. And most importantly, shout out to LA Construction, and most importantly, as y'all know, Angelman Syndrome Foundation.
Yeah.
Again, that's the reason I race, is to raise awareness for not only that form of autism, but all form of autisms. And if anybody can donate to any kind of program about autism, it'll be awesome, and you'll be doing some people all great fucking cause. They are some wonderful, wonderful people. And most importantly, shout out to my wife. She might be glad she wasn't here to hear me doing all this shouting and hooping and hollering, because she just walked out the door to go pick up the daughter from work, so she didn't have to hear it. But shout out to her for putting up with me doing this and dealing with me having my bad nights, but also encouraged me on my good nights to keep pushing. And she always tells me that she believes that I can do this and I can win races and get interviews, and I know I can. So thank you for her support doing this.
Well, we said at the top of the broadcast here, fellas, is, man, you really need to start off the season strong, and there's no stronger way to start it than with an opening win here for the 69 of Mr. Larry Dickerson. Larry, congratulations. Definitely go celebrate it out here this week and next week, because it's an off week. Got Memorial Day there, man. Have a few extra bubblies up there and be ready to bring it on, and good luck the rest of the season here, buddy.
I appreciate it, and this is for Dylan. Y'all have a wonderful night, and before y'all go, also I forgot, thank you to all the police all over the world. Thank you for them going out every day and protecting us every night and every day.
Amen.
Amen indeed. But fellas, that's it. Autoclub, once again. And we say this every single time. We go here, we go to Vegas, we go to Michigan. Never, ever, 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 ever disappoints.
No, it's a good time every time. And this one finished in a little bit of overtime, and so we got some extra viewing in. But oh man, talk about this last couple of laps was just freaking amazing. And coming out of turn 4, we had no clue how this thing was going to finish out. And tell you what, it was a blast to watch. I still think it was Stephen Lights to lose there with him and Zach Millett battling, but Larry Dickerson took advantage of a situation where some guys were fighting, and man, he just snuck on down in there. He did what any one of us would do, just get down there, find a hole, find a way to win, and man, he did it. He definitely earned this one tonight.
Yeah, he did. Really good race. Perfect track to start the season. Looking forward to the upcoming season and maybe some fighting.
And that indeed. So let's go ahead and tell all these fans that have been sticking around out here where their favorite driver ended up finishing out here tonight. The 69, Larry Dickerson, picking up that big time opening race win. 3:15, Zach Millett drag racing him across the line, just coming up a little shy. But by a little, we're talking 0.02. And I'm sure it's even less than that. That's
1.7, yeah.
It was a tight one there. And same thing for that 99 of Stephen Light, who was having a fantastic race all race long there himself. How about that 03 of Dylan Mad Max Bryant? He Mad Maxed himself his way all the way up to 4th, up 31 spots. He is your hard charger of the day, so great job there, Dylan. Got a great finish here from the 13 of Jonathan Hammond as well. We really didn't talk about him too much, but he got up there, up 28 spots to find himself up there in a top 5 position. Great run there for the 13. 28 of Chris Goins has a great run there as well, just kind of failing a little bit late. I think it got a little spicy up there for him, but he was able to walk away with 664. Joe Hoggard finding himself up again. Man, he was so solid last season. He's starting off pretty strong this season with another top 10, 7th place finish here tonight. PJ Cox joining us out here for the first time here this season. The 05 machine up 15 spots to finish there in 8th. A great run there for him. Dana Shepard in the 44 machine with a crap ton of years of service, man. Having a great run as well, finishing there in 9th. With a 3.29, Albert Anderson, America's driver, who seemed to have been kind of stuck around the 20 to 25 spot mark all race long, finds himself up 18 spots to finish here today, rounding out that top 10.
Yeah, the 005 AJ Evangelista finishing in 11th after starting way back in 22nd. Great climb for him today. Was a great climb, too, for Jarrett Woodard in the 79 as he works his way up to 12th, all the way from 31st place. Anthony Williams in the 5 machine will finish in 13th place. 14th will be Mark Collins in the 45. The 2 of Scott Milner finishing right about where he started right there in 15th. Jeff Ottinger in the 76 finishing in 16th place. The 00 of Joe Bennett finishing in 17th place. 18th will be Paul Ferdiani, the gambler, in the 33 machine. The 26 of Anthony Cianci, thank you for your service there, buddy. He's finished up a bunch of spots in 19th. Rounding out your top 20 here, Tommy Welch in the 9.
18, Chris Klein, 21st. Derek Welch, the number 1 machine, 22nd. Chris Mead Jr. in the 3. He ended up 23rd. Blaine Woodruff, 24th. Skylar Harrod, 25th. 22, Chuck Kiger. He 26th. Number 6, Joe David. 27th. 27, Gavin Ray, 28th. Brian Boyd in the 78 car, 29th. Stephen Wood, we saw him go flying in that 19 machine.
Oh, yeah.
30th. Robert Edgerton, he'll end up 31st. 32, Nick Biddy. He ends up 32nd. Number 7, Tristan Cotton. 33rd, Mike Adamson in that 88. 34th, Kevin Delia, 53 machine, 35th. And unfortunately, the number 17, Tate Cawthorn, will round it out in 36th. And thank you, Tom Barish, for race control.
Yes, sirree, indeed. And that concludes your race field here from Autoclub. As always, we thank you all for tuning in and watching, because you guys are the reason why we do this and have such a good time of doing it. No, tonight we got off to a slow start, but hey, we picked it on up, especially so did these drivers, man. So if you would please be so kind, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell, as we are live 5 nights a week, apart from holidays and a whole bunch of other special circumstances, blah, blah, blah. We're live 5 nights a week, and you don't want to miss any of the racing action like what you've seen here this evening. And that just helps you get all alerted and all of that. And be sure to hit that thumbs up button, as well as we get to continue to trick Mark Zuckerberg into thinking that we're this some popular big business thing, and we get pushed onto more people's feed, and we can continue to grow this fantastic community. Of course, we also have to say a huge thank you to the Numb Thumbs Racing League, first and foremost, for this fantastic night of backing the blue and all those that dress in that great color. Thank you guys here once again from all of us here at AAA. Big thank you, of course, once again goes to Track Bar Media as well. Fantastic video promos and edits with some photography in there as well for real life and sim life. So be sure to go and check them on out. Big thank you for Martin Sports as well. Be sure to go check them out for some merchandise if you're looking to maybe spice up some team gear and get some crazy jerseys going, maybe some racing gear that matches your paint scheme for your cars or whatever have you. Be sure to head on over to Martin Sports to get that all straightened away. Big thank you to Davidson Builders as well, the premier builders up there in that northern New Jersey area. Be sure to be on the lookout for them if you're looking to do any home project that you would maybe need some assistance on. They do some fantastic work up there. Of course, DEP Graphics as well, welcoming them back aboard here. Thank you guys so very much for jumping on here and having some fantastic paint schemes represented here tonight. So be sure to go check them out if you're looking to have a paint scheme in the future. And of course, big thank you to Sim Gear Central as well. Be sure to go and pick up a button box, as that's just going to enhance your sim experience, whether that's here in iRacing or in Farm Sim or in Truck Sim or in Flight Sim or in probably even the game The Sims. you can probably use a button box there as well. So big thank you to Sim Gear Central as well. Well, that does it for us here tonight. The rest of the week, what do we have in store? Well, we've got Charlotte on Wednesday night with the Vigilante Racing League coming out of their All-Star race. That was fantastic over there at North Wilkesboro, and one of the biggest fan sightings that we have ever seen. And not only that, but we got some racing here tomorrow night with the with the HCK Beagles Racing League. They're headed to Nashville Super Speedway for the Hansley Motorsports 140 over there. So definitely be on the lookout for that one, as the stream's going up right around the same time, right about 8:15. So we hope to see y'all all then. But until tomorrow night, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We're signing off.
We gone.
See ya.